So the next installer is RES Solar. They provide solar hot water for people for their homes, for their solar for water needs, as well as for pools. RES has two people here, Matt Parent, and Erica Voyle. And if you could share your information, that would be great.
Thank you, Carol. And thank you everyone from the Solarize team. So Matt and I will be working with you through this process. Could we put the slides up? Perfect, thank you. So RES has also done several Solarize programs. These are tremendous programs. We happen to do one on Nantucket and another in Marshfield. So the Nantucket one was a bit of a challenge, taking ferries across, but that all worked out very well. RES installs exclusively solar hot water systems. We've been doing this for over 12 years. We are NABCEP certified, which is a very rigorous certification for solar heating installers. There's only about 50 of us across the country. We've done over 400 projects, lots of homes, colleges, laundromats, many different types of businesses and homes. Maybe the next slide, please. So, why solar hot water? A lot of people forget about how much hot water we use in our home. It's kind of that hidden thing, that tank down in the basement. Often people, it's just a little bit of a mystery, but the minute you run out of it, that's when you remember, oh my goodness, right? Nothing worse than a cold shower. Solar hot water, it has tremendous applications. It can take care of the hot water for your home, for your dishwasher, your showers, your laundry, all of that. It can also help with radiant heating. It can help with certain type of, and certain ductwork with furnaces. It can help with pool heating. There are a lot of different ways to use the solar thermal panels, and the energy conversion is some of the most efficient in the industry. So let me show you a little bit about how it works. So you'll have panels on your roof, much like solar electricity, but instead of electricity, what we do is we have a pump that circulates fluid between a tank in the basement and the panels on the roof. This tank has a coil in it, and so we're able to heat the water in the tank with those panels. That tank then can preheat anything else that you have any other tank you have in the basement or your radiant. The backups can be heat pumps. The backups can be electric resistance. The solar hot water can preheat really just about anything that you have in the home. So it's a nice, simple system. They're all drain back, so they don't get overheated like they used to in the old days. There's tremendous monitoring. Do we have a slide on that? What does the next slide talk about? All right, yeah, I'll talk about the monitoring in a moment. And there are also lots of different incentives. So much for air source heat pumps, we have tax credits. There's the Mass State tax credit. There's a Clean Energy Center rebate between $2,500 and $4,500 per system. So that's been very helpful to people. There are the alternative energy credits. There's 0% financing from Mass Save. So when you bundle all of that together, and that's something that Matt and I will help you with as we move through looking at your homes. Typically the paybacks are between about 5 and 7 years, which is great for people. And if we're offsetting electricity, it can be even faster. We see 3 and 4 years sometimes. How about the next slide? Yeah, so this shows you, what it looks like on a house. This is a nice Cape house. It really doesn't take up terribly much room. So if you're interested in doing solar electricity, that's often very possible with solar hot water. We can put both up on the roof. We only need about 90 square feet. The panels, you know, if you have a nice south-facing roof, the panels can go flush, so they're quite attractive. And the piping can be hidden in the attic, so it's just a really nice aesthetic look. They're quite low maintenance. So the one thing that we do is we put in a fairly large tank in your basement, and that's much like for your as a battery, right? So solar PV has the grid to go back to, but for solar hot water, you store it at your house. And so by putting in a slightly larger tank than you might think you need, you're able to have hot water for a couple days, which is really good in New England, as we all know, with all the clouds we get here. On the next slide. Oh yeah, so here's the monitoring. Monitoring has been a big breakthrough in the past 5 or 6 years. We can now see your system online. You know that it's working. You can tell what temperature your tank is. It's all in real time. So, you know, it's really great for people. A lot of families will use this as kind of a little bit of a teaching thing with their kids, showing them, you know, if they're taking that half-hour shower as a teenager, right? Showing them what temperature the tank is before and after can be a bit of an eye-opener. But so this is accessible to both you and to our office, so we can keep track of it for you as well. Next slide. So this shows you what the solar electric, which would be on the left, and the solar hot water on the right might look like on a home. Lots of different configurations, lots of different sizing, but that gives you a bit of an idea of how it can be done. And this is solar pool heating. So I don't know if any of you have seen this before, but this is very, very popular, especially this year with folks staying home. It costs quite a bit to heat your pool. It's a wonderful thing to have in the backyard, except when it's really cold, right? So these systems use unglazed panels. They're very simple, very straightforward. I think this really was the original solar. It's direct flow with the pool water. We install hundreds of these. They're just tremendous. In this particular home, if you look at the picture on the right, they did solar hot water on their house roof, and I wish I'd had a new picture because they also put solar electric down there as well, all around the solar thermal panels. So this particular home had all 3 kinds of solar, which was really exciting for them. It was a real dream for them. Well, thank you, and let us know if you have any questions. We're going to have a Meet the Installer night. I believe it's coming up this Thursday, so just in a few days. And we can go answer any of your questions and go over more specifics about how it works, how it might work best in your home. Yeah, so thank you.